A quick drive down I-80 through I-74 puts you smack dab in the middle of Peoria, Illinois in Shea Stadium, and it's the place to be in the USL 2 tonight as the second-ranked Des Moines Menace get ready for a Great Plains Division throwdown as they take on 12th-ranked Peoria City with playoff implications on the line. Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. I'm Cody Roskins, alongside me, Thomas Minke. Thomas, as we get ready for this one, Great Plains Division throwdown with playoff implications on the line. These two teams don't like each other. It's going to be a great match.
Yeah, everything's on the line tonight. City without a win, the division is lost in hopes. And for the Menace, a win secures the division. So two teams battling for positioning right now.
There's going to be two playmakers we'll look at tonight, one for each side to get the job done. Who do you have tonight, Thomas?
Yeah, so the both teams' leading goal scorers for the Menace is Dominic Bachstein and DJ Kulai for City. You know, if one team is going to win, they're going to need a goal, so I'd like to see those two players stand out and take it home for their teams.
Now, obviously, it's going to take more than goal scoring tonight. The goalkeepers for each team, Enzo Carvalho and then Sammy Slimmy, will have to be on their marks as well.
Yeah, both on and off the floor as a vocal leader as well as in the net. You know, these type of games, you're not going to get too many big-time opportunities, so you're going to have to make them count. That one or two saves is really going to come down to it.
Now, as we look ahead, these two teams, familiar faces, a little bit of rivalry between the two. Last season, Des Moines sweeps the regular season series, ends up losing the playoff matchup here in Peoria last year. That'll fuel some of the fireworks tonight.
Yeah, when two teams are so familiar with each other, you kind of just throw out the game plan, throw out the execution. You really just go to battle for one extra time.
Perfect. We've got that and so much more coming up as we get set for Peoria City and Des Moines. Welcome to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, Illinois. It's the place to be in the USL 2 as two of the league's top teams tangle. It's Peoria City and the Des Moines Menace going at it here as we close in on the postseason. Before we dive more into the matchup, I want to take this time to thank some of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Summer Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training, and more at the house. Peoria City would like to thank Prairie Home Alliance for sponsoring the play packs all season long. Get your play packs on the stadium concourse before matches. Enter yourself into giveaways for the chance at the halftime prizes. Pre-game for Volkswagen of Peoria. Thank you to Volkswagen once again for sponsoring Peoria City's Fieldside Club. Interested in looking into premium seating options at Peoria City home matches? Head to PeoriaCitySoccer.com and click on the Tickets tab. Volkswagen of Peoria is located at the Auto House of Peoria on 2322 West Van Winkle Way in Peoria. And for Central Illinois Soccer Academy, the future of soccer here in Peoria and beyond. Peoria City Soccer offers these summer camps to boys and girls of all ages. Contact us through the website and through social media with how you can get involved. We'd also like to thank Central States Marketing for their support of Peoria City. We appreciate your dedication to our club and to the betterment of soccer right here in Central Illinois. And also a shout out to our amazing food truck sponsors that made their way out tonight to the tailgating scene and providing their quality products here before the match. We're going to step aside for a short break as we get ready for the starting lineups here from Shea Stadium.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage.
They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Tonight's USL League 2 game officials are Braden Fry, Evan Jenkins, Stephen Cowles, and Chad Hohenberry. Now let's meet tonight's starting 11, beginning with our visitors from Des Moines. In goal, number 42, Enzo Carvalho. Number 2, Shintaro Endo. Number 3, Etienne Bravalle. Number 6, Rusai Shimonishi. Number 8, Paul Jones. Number 9, Dominic Bachstein. Number 10, Rentaro Miyakawa. Number 11, Yoshi Okawa. Number 14, Cade Hagan. Number 20, Luke Kusakusi. Number 24, Josh Saavedra. Now let's meet the starting 11 for your hometown, Peoria City.
And we're back now here after hearing the starters for the Des Moines Menace. You will now see said lineup for the visitors out of Des Moines on your screen. Thomas, they're highlighted by a number of key factors. At the top of the formation, Dominic Bachstein is your man to watch tonight, but also at the back, one of the best goaltenders in the USL, too, in Enzo Carvalho.
Yeah, he gives Sammy Slimmy the run for the money for the best goalkeeper in the division and all of USL 2. A key piece to their back line, especially as a vocal leader.
A number of key players for Des Moines tonight that we'll be keeping an eye on, but now we'll flip it over to Peoria City, the home team in tonight's matchup in this big USL 2 Great Plains Division clash. They've got stars all over the lineup, at the top, at the back, and all over in the middle.
Yeah, somebody that needs to break through, Enzo, is DJ Kulai, the leading goal scorer for Peoria City. Him and Persenico on the wings needed to get them going here early.
One of the keys that we've noticed last few matches, Tommy Coughlin was a highlight in their last match against the Santa Fe Wanderers. He really provided that spark in the midfield.
Yeah, and he does it on and off the ball. Obviously, he play makes throughout the midfield, really keeps the group organized, but his runs through the lanes, getting deep into the box, playing more as like an 8-to-8 box-to-box midfielder, can really get it going on both sides of the ball.
And finally, the stir that really does stir the drink, more so than not, is Luke Persenico. That's the man that hasn't scored in over 3 matches. He's looking to break that streak here tonight.
Yeah, and he's going to be tough covering. He's everyone on the watch list for every team coming into the game. But again, the greatest players always come up in the big moments, and he has one tonight.
It'll be Peoria City in the all-black uniforms with gold trim, while the visitors of Des Moines will be in their red shorts and red and white patterned tops. Again, I'm Cody Roskins, alongside me, Thomas Minke, as we get set for this Great Plains Division clash with all sorts of USL 2 implications on the line. Before we get there, I want to rattle off 2 more sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. For Fox Sports Radio, we'd like to thank them for being right here in Peoria, providing live on-site coverage here at Shea Stadium. Listen on 101.1 for all your Peoria sports coverage, as well as all the youth soccer nights that we've had so far tonight. Any children showing up in their youth, club, or school jerseys will receive free admission to tonight's contest, and they'll keep in mind 2 more home matches for Peoria City the rest of the way. Thomas, as we've set the table about as good as we could here tonight, there's a few new lineup faces for Peoria City. Keegan Walker up top with Luke Persenico tonight. No Tanner Anderson for Peoria City.
Yeah, just another threat up front to kind of relieve the pressure off Persenico and DJ on the wings. If they're going to shut down Persenico and Kulai as expected, they're going to have to go through the middle, starting with up top.
Also, reinforcements have come in the last week for Peoria City as they close in on the playoffs. Fritz Volmar makes his return to Peoria City. Saw some action last time out, but now starting to kind of work his way back into the rotation. He was a playoff hero in this very matchup just a year ago.
Yeah, just another spectacular defender for the Carps, pairing him with Wesley Gibson in the back, along with Sammy Slimmy protecting him from the net. It's going to be a team that's going to cause a lot of dangerous opportunities on the back line. Need him to stay strong in the back.
Both teams appear just about ready to go. Enzo taking his last few warm-up drills. Peoria City in their pregame huddle just about ready to go. It should be a great night for soccer here in the Great Plains Division. It's the second-ranked national contenders, the Des Moines Menace, and the 12th-ranked Peoria City Carp. Sammy Slimmy will have to be on his P's and Q's tonight. The young man from Campbell has 4 shutouts on the season. One tonight would go a long way for Peoria City in their hunts for a division title, albeit the slim chances that they have.
Yeah, and it's key for Slimmy. I mean, they had a huge game on Saturday, not really too many dangerous opportunities, so you kind of take a quick 180 flip between both games. Not a lot of opportunities in the previous one, but I'm sure he's going to be tested here throughout the game.
Mike Pay and Charles Latshaw III down in front of us here in front of the booth. Talked to Coach Charlie right before the game, obviously familiar with him with his time at Riverlight and Chicago City SC before that. All he does is win, it seems like, and he has continued that tradition here at Des Moines.
Yeah, and it comes through with possessing the ball. You're not really going to see a lot of forcing through balls, a lot of transition games. They want to avoid the counterattacks. They're going to really keep the ball, especially in the back line, swing the ball through.
The Menace will have the first touch. It'll be a 4-man back line for Des Moines tonight. It'll be a 3-man back line for Peoria City with 2 wing backs there, which can join the attack or float back in defense. System that worked well for Peoria City in their last match against Santa Fe, in which they racked up 6 goals in that drumming of the Wanderers. Bachstein will have the first touch of the match. Here's the officials doing just their last few checks, as all we await now is the ready for play whistle. Coming into tonight, Peoria City has never defeated Des Moines in the regular season. They own only 1 win over them in the club's existence in 4 years. That coming in last year's playoffs. They own 1 draw dating back to last season as well. Ball lofted outside. This will be a Menace throw-in along that far side. Hagan had the last advance for the Menace. Finding nice space early. Jose Gomez running it out for Peoria City. Endo back to Carvalho.
Interesting for City here early. They're really bringing all 11 guys back deep into their own box, as we saw off the throw-in.
It's going to be a very big cat and mouse game tonight. Coach Latshaw wasn't shy in sharing with us. Yes, possession will be their big key tonight. They don't want to get into a transition game with Peoria. Whipped outside to Persenico, essentially right onto his heels. Persenico floating one through, and the first time for Carvalho to get a touch. Young man just finished up his 2024 season out at NC State. Had a good year for the Wolfpack. Has been a staple in this Des Moines program over the last few years. Ball finds its way over the top of Dickerson. Bachstein, the intended target. He will have the throw-in. Shimanoshi will have it now for Des Moines. Kusakiewski with the distribution. Coughlin steps in. This will belong to Des Moines. Packed house here at Shea Stadium tonight. The home-sided bleachers essentially about filled up. Parking lot still filling in. Des Moines also with a nice crowd here. Again, from just about 4 hours down the road in Des Moines, Iowa. Quick little trip down the interstate.
And Bachstein's going to be the key target on all set pieces. The big physical presence up at the top.
Des Moines clamoring for a handball. You have to say they may have had a case for it. It looked like one of the members of Peoria City's back line did graze it, but it's tough to see from our angle if that was more on the chest or on the arm.
And it happens so fast. You almost have to take a guess sometimes as a referee.
Keegan Walker, the nearest car. Persenico with the interception. This is what they didn't want to have happen early. Here's Keegan. Walker outside. Gomez loads up. Lomez driving low, back inside. Carvalho with the nice stop in front. Those are the in-between chances that Peoria City will have to capitalize on tonight.
Yeah, and it started with their press on the defensive side. They're going to play a very high press on all the goal kicks and all the keeper collections, as you see already. Playing a high line with Gomez, playing all in line with Walker and Persenico and Kulai.
Off the chance, Dickerson with the header right towards us.
But this is where they're dangerous, and as Coach Latshaw was talking about the counterattacks, it starts with Peoria City's defense, because they really can take it away and go the other way in an instant.
Statistically speaking, Des Moines has a far superior offense than they do to their defense, but their defense really isn't all that far off the pace of some of the best in the league. It's just their offense at times is so good. Sometimes you kind of lose track of how good of a defense they have. Valverde lays it through to Gomez. Gomez hesitates, and this will generate a Peoria City corner, the first of the night for the Cart.
Yeah, in a big game like this, set pieces become ever more crucial. Good to see City have one early on. They just got to capitalize, like you mentioned.
Peoria, Illinois, an unexpected gem on the Illinois River, thriving with craft distillers, museums, and outdoor recreation. Visit discoverpeoria.com for upcoming events and festivals. Discover what you weren't expecting. Here's Gomez. Walker puts one on, chopped into the dirt, and Carvalho seemed to track it well. A slight bobble, but nothing he couldn't handle.
Yeah, not a bad attempt either from Walker, just testing out Carvalho here early on with the shot. I mean, he could take a ricochet where there's a lot of people in the box.
We'd like to thank Pip Marketing Signs and Prints for being the official designer and manufacturer of the banners you see here at Shea Stadium. Head to pip.com for all your custom print, signs, banners, and marketing needs. Ball laid in behind nicely. Jeremy Sagby steps in front. Now Dickerson will have a chance to move with it as Isakiewski really had some prime real estate to work with.
Yeah, Gomez wanted that wraparound. Good no call by the referee, though. Looked like they both just collided.
Well done through the midfield. Valverde seemed to come away with it. This will be a foul against Peoria City. Saavedra with a really good advance to drive on with the defender draped all over him.
Yeah, they have a lot of speed in that midfield. I think that's where the possession really comes from. They move the ball well. They move off the ball really well, and they're really quick.
You kind of see Peoria City trying to bait that in-between pass a little bit. Coughlin trying to get on his horse and make Carvalho distribute. Alejandro Valverde able to get it to Persenico. Trying to chip it ahead to Walker and company. Nice Nice footwork at the back and good composure. Des Moines seems to have found their way out of it.
Yeah, I think, again, they're a really good possession team. They're very composed on the ball, especially throughout that midfield.
Dickerson steps in front now. Here's his college teammate DJ Kulai, and Kulai will take the foul from Husakiewski. Coming into the night, we kind of mentioned the standings, but in first place, the Des Moines Menace with 24 points in the table, 8-1 record, and a goal differential of plus 25. Peoria City hot on their heels, just one match out. A win tonight would draw them even at 24 points. They have a 7-2 mark on the season and are plus 19 in the goal differential department. City with a bit of a possession game of their own here at the back. And Jose Gomez will take the foul. Saavedra again seems to be a popular man in the midfield for the Menace.
Yeah, I think City needs a lot more movement in their midfield here to get it going, to get the ball forward. A lot of times you get stuck going side to side. Eventually you're going to have to go from south to north.
You can hear Mike Pay from his bench below us yelling to draw them out. That time Wes Gibson tries to poke one in to Valverde, and it seemed to be open, but just overcooked.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to stay patient. You know, get frustrating when the team's playing back a little bit.
Strong push here for the Menace. Taking two here. Coughlin and Dickerson trying to intervene, and this will go out for a slimmy goal kick. But still, again, the Menace kind of having their way here at times on the right side.
Yeah, and again, comes for that midfield back to the right side.
Walker is the intended target. It's turned away. And Hagan will be unable to track this one down. Alejandro Valverde will have the throw in along the far side. Valverde just punts it forward to Kulai. Persenico gets on it, on his horse. Dickerson on his left, Kulai, central running. Persenico eating up a lot of ground. Nearly gives it away.
That was great patient defending from the Menace, though. You saw Persenico, wide open field on the ball. You might kind of get scared and sprint towards them. They stayed patient, let him come to him, and they made the tackle when necessary.
Menace very content in sitting back a little bit here. Ball lofted out to Valverde. Coughlin not there in time for Peoria City. Good push by the Menace. Central running. Again, Husakiewski. You can see they're trying to isolate. It looks like Bachstein on either one of Gibson or Segby. Try and float one in behind. And with his big frame, that might be a very good choice for them.
Yeah, you just try to almost create yourself as a decoy sometimes with a lot of eyes on you, especially as the leading goal scorer. Then you can find somebody slip through a diagonal run.
Coughlin runs out of choices. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Somers Street here in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training, and more at the House. Dickerson runs onto a nice chance for Peoria City. Laid off for DJ Kulai. Back off Gomez. He'll load and fire. Gomez just over goal. And that one had some steam coming off it.
Yeah, leaned back just a little bit too much. Sent that one through the trees. But I like the build-up You forced isolation with Charlie Dickerson on the wing, and then they didn't waste time to swing the ball to find a wide open Gomez.
The first real good chance City has had tonight. Head coach for the Menace is Charlie Latshaw III, and again, he previously coached at USL Two Sides Riverlight FC, and then prior to that, Chicago City SC, back when Chicago City was a power. They held the #1 ranking in the USL 2 for a number of weeks and finished with well over 40 points that season in the division. That'll be another foul against the Menace. Through the early going, the stat rundown unofficially goes as 3 shots, no saves, 1 corner for Peoria City. No shots, 2 saves, no corners for the Menace. Dickerson in space. Delegates to Coughlin.
Yeah, I think the matchup to watch between these two teams is Tommy Coughlin and Husakiewski of Menace. Both teams love to play through them through the midfield.
Ball flicked forward to Kulai. Can he get there in time? Puts it back inside, in front of goal, and just tripping. Was a really good chance for Peoria City. And it looked like for a moment that they might have strided onto their first goal of the match.
Yeah, great run by Persenico. Was caught back post, but made the sprint to near post after he saw Kulai save it in from going out of bounds. Great heads-up play from Persenico.
It'll be a Jose Gomez corner. And he is the dedicated taker of the set pieces for Peoria City. Here in the 15th minute. Gomez back post towards Dickerson. Husakiewski there for the Menace. Charlie pivots, changing direction. Still in the run of play here, and Husakiewski, well done defending.
Yeah, I would have liked Dickerson to cross that off after the first move, after he got around him. Held onto the ball just a little bit too long.
Gomez with Persenico on his left, goes inside to Walker. Walker back heel, and that one spits out, and that will be a corner.
Again, they're starting to generate a lot of set pieces here. You want to capitalize, but again, every ball in the box is a dangerous ball.
Jeremy Segby has the last set piece goal for Peoria City coming in their last match against the Wanderers. He had one off a corner. Choosing to go a little high here. Coughlin. Alejandro Valverde pushes it back to Gomez. Menace doing well to stay organized. Going backside, Coughlin to Persenico. Coughlin again, back to Luke. Luke with the slow roller to Carvalho.
Yeah, Persenico a little off balance, trying to rotate his body.
He's a man that won't have many chances. The secret's out about Luke Persenico after his postseason run last year. And coming into tonight, he hadn't had a goal in the run of play in roughly 3 matches. He had 1 goal off a penalty against the Menace when they met in Des Moines about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and a lot of it's, I mean, truly just not his fault. When you're on the watch list, you're sending a lot of different systems and schematics and players at it. It's hard to adjust to that.
Shintaro Endo. Dickerson with a bit of a longer throw in here to Kulai. Laid off to Alejandro Valverde. Persenico getting a little more mobile here, trying to get it to Keegan Walker.
Yeah, tough ball to ask Walker to control that one. He had 2 guys on him. Tried to shield it the best he could.
It's turned into just a gorgeous night here at Shea Stadium in Peoria. after what was a very hot last week and change here in Central Illinois. Dickerson trying to find some help. Off to Coughlin and back out to Segby.
Yeah, and City's starting to value the possession a little bit more than we're used to seeing. Restarting their build-up multiple times.
Dickerson, he's onside. Dickerson puts it back inside, slow runner, Walker's there, but Carvalho dives on it.
What a save by Carvalho. Something you're probably not expecting. You probably want your outside back just to clear it instantly. Good heads-up play there from Enzo.
That's now the second time here in the first 18 minutes that Dickerson has snuck in behind. He's one of those wing backs in this formation for Peoria City. That can be at times a three-man back line, but with those wing backs can turn into five.
And when you see his frame, you're not really instantly thinking a wing back, more of like a center back frame. Kind of sneaks up on you a little bit.
Dickerson and Segby there. Here's Gomez, and he'll escort the ball out of danger. And a dangerous choice there from Dickerson. Slimmy in some trouble. Able to loft it out to Alejandro Valverde.
Yeah, Coach Mike Pay not happy with the dangerous play by Slimmy and Dickerson, especially two captains on your team.
Another one nearly intercepted. Hochstein is really making life difficult at the top of the formation. Here he is again. Here's Slimmy. Slimmy again hunting out Dickerson. And that will be a goal kick to Des Moines.
I think we're comfortable in saying that they like what they see from Dickerson and that advantage of that matchup on the left side. Multiple times now, back-to-back possessions, they've gone to him over the top.
Yeah, something about this near side has been the choice for both teams. City trying to generate the takeaway, and they will. Here's Persenico. Gets it back to Gomez. Gomez. Walker back to Gomez. They'll say play on. Segby and Bachstein, and that will be a foul. And that one will generate some ire from the hometown fans. And Kusikiewski.
Yeah, both teams bringing the intensity early. A lot of tackles. Obviously nothing intentional. Bachstein just asking for a number of, he's asking how many fouls can be awarded to him.
Now it's time to use and win. From the 20th to the 30th minute, each home game as Peoria City scores.
Saavedra will have the free kick for the Menace.
With a sauce from Ducks on Farmington Road. Dine in only, purchase of a drink required.
Midfielder from Long Island by way of Miami, Florida. Gomez with a tough tackle in. And Dickerson stomps out that advance. It'll belong to the Menace on the throw. Kusikiewski. Miyakawa. Bachstein, he goes down. Stood up by Reddy.
Looks like he's down.
Ball lofted in, over the top. Slimmy got a touch on it. I think he knows he was just out of position.
Yeah, kicking himself there, way out of position, a little too high up. Luckily for him, able to backhand to that one out.
Really fair try, though, from the Menace. If you see him a little bit off his mark, go ahead and float
one
back.
Oh, yeah, great opportunity. There's some commotion going on.
Yoshia Okawa will have the nearsighted corner. Midfielder from UNC Greensboro from Tokyo, Japan. Slimmy trying to have to hunt this one out with the sun directly in his eyes. Line towards the back post. Slimmy's there. Ball still free. Headed around. Bachstein goes down. Still in front of goal. Kicked away, and Reddy's there.
That's team defense from City. about 8 guys ran in front of the box.
Okawa testing Slimmy again. And like you said, that ball doesn't get stopped if it's not for Josh Reddy and company in front of goal. They're trying to go quick to Persenico. Trying to force out this Des Moines lineup in transition. That's the name of the game for City tonight. The Menace, meanwhile, want to play possession, and they've done so well here in the first half. Ball deflected off a cart. This will stick with the Menace. I want to shout out 2 more teams that have had their tickets punched to the postseason. Vermont Green and Ocean City Nor'easters join a handful of clubs that have found their way to the playoffs already. One of those teams being the Des Moines Menace as well. They clinched one last time out. They have not wrapped up the division yet, but in large part it is theirs to essentially secure tonight with anything that isn't a loss. And it'll be the first booking of the night. Segby waiting for the ready for play. Braden Fry, our center official tonight, having some more words with Luke Usikiewski.
Usikiewski, the captain, wearing the armband, really battling with Tommy Coughlin. So far, he's been the engine of this offense for the Menace, has really kept everything organized.
25th minute here in the first half. Slimmy over the top again towards DJ Kulai and Dickerson. Dickerson, 2 headers. Jose Gomez. That will stick. Excuse me, it will not stick with Peoria City. That'll go to the Menace. Trying to get towards Bachstein.
And sorry to cut you off. He's created so many problems already, just as a big target up front.
Well, for one of the few times this season, Peoria City does not own the size advantage when matched up with an opposing striker. Bachstein stands very tall and has a solid frame on him, but he, without a doubt, is larger than both Wes Gibson and Jeremy Segby. Persenico won't be able to run this one down. It'll belong to the Menace.
He has the size, but he also can move very well so far this game. He's got a lot of speed up front to go along with that big frame.
Menace with the throw along the far side. Alejandro Valverde will send it right back out and into the supporter stands. Ball lofted near side. Ball skied long. Josh Reddy steps in front of Usikiewski. Good advance here from the Menace. They've got some venom behind this build. Ultimately starved out by Peoria City. You kind of feel that there's something coming. You're not quite sure for which side yet, but both teams had some very good chances here lately.
Yeah, and both teams are just still feeling each other out.
And he's on. Here's Keegan Walker. Laid off to Persenico. Persenico loops one back towards Dickerson, and he couldn't quite make contact. This will be a goal kick.
That was a good chance by Persenico, though. We've seen a lot this game where he's probably held on to the ball a little bit longer than he would like. Like that early decision to whip the ball, had Dickerson on the back post on a one-on-one.
Another update of the unofficial stats to this point. 4 shots, 1 save, 3 corners for Peoria City. For the Menace, 2 shots, 3 saves, 1 corner. Carvalho will send everybody upfield. Sent towards Coughlin. He'll win the header. Now it's Persenico putting it ahead for Keegan Walker. Now Bachstein and ready. Poked ahead. Jeremy Segby will just clear it out of everybody's path and send that well into the supporter stands. We talked about Jeremy Segby growing into his role throughout this season. Obviously replaces Abasa Aramiao from last year, but maybe not quite the player in some aspects, but maybe the better player in others.
Yeah, and a good decision there not to be too cute with it and try to play it back to Slimmy off that clearance.
If you're just tuning in, welcome in. Cody Roskins and Thomas Minke here bringing you this Great Plains Division matchup between first place Des Moines Menace and second place Peoria City. Both teams carry national rankings next to their names into this one. The Menace, second ranked in the country. Peoria City ranked 12th. As we are on the eve of the playoffs, about 2 weeks away. Valverde applies the pressure, and for the first time tonight, we will see Josh Reddy take a long throw, and this was one of the things that Coach Latshaw in the pregame mentioned that he's not looking forward to coaching against.
Yeah, and you look down there, he's instantly has a huge smile on his face knowing what's going to come. Another set piece for City. With the long throw, it allows you to act as basically a corner and get that ball right around the PK spot.
Here it comes. Towards Segby. That one coasts out. This will be a corner for Peoria City. This will be their 5th corner of the night. And those are the opportunities you talk about, though. One that takes just that slight touch around the 6, Thomas, has the most dangerous chance for Peoria City.
Yeah, especially in a game like this where a lot of goals in the run of play might not be available. You're really going to have to capitalize on your set pieces.
Gomez takes it, curls it back out to Coughlin. Coughlin looked like he wanted to square it up. Now back out to Gomez. Line back that way, and Carvalho was all over it.
And City doesn't even bait on their presses to bait the team to go short. They just allow them to go short, but they're still up front playing high. Usually you see a lot of teams drop off initially to get the team to play short and then jump on them. They just jump on them from the start.
Again, long ball from Slimmy. Falls to Jose Gomez. That'll be a foul against Jose Gomez. Miyakawa, the recipient. Valley reverses play. Trying to get Bachstein out front. Segby steps in front of it.
That was a good check-in from Miyakawa to bring the defender in to let Bachstein have that open space.
Able to play it short. Miyakawa. Nothing really there. Here's Keegan Walker. Walker outside to Persenico. Doesn't have a lot of help with him. Here's Coughlin. Dickerson plays near side. Slimmy up to Wes Gibson.
And patience is the name of the game so far for both teams. Both the Menace and the Carp really trying to avoid any counterattack by forcing a ball down the line.
Play it all the way back to Sammy Slimmy. Long ball over the top. Coughlin to Walker. Walker on the advance. Now Coughlin. Coughlin looking for some help, able to get it to Persenico. Menace well in though, defending, they'll take it away. And that'll be a foul on Persenico.
Yeah, frustration foul there from Persenico. Knew he gave the ball away and resulted in trying to recover and just a little push from behind.
Well, coming into tonight, we knew we probably wouldn't see a ton of fireworks until perhaps after halftime. There were a bunch of really good chances early on for Peoria City. They couldn't put either of the two that they really wanted from Keegan Walker in the back of the net. Menace confident reversing it about. Good drive forward, trying to play it in behind. Gibson steps in. Yusakiewski. Menace with bodies forward now. Out wide. Shimiyoshi trying to float it in towards Bachstein. It wasn't the worst effort in the world. And now Alejandro Valverde is down along that side of the play.
Yeah, holding his knee. Wondering if he got clipped there as the ball was going out.
Slimmy will have it. Slimmy on the goal kick. After Mike Pay voices his displeasure with that last sequence. Ball flicked forward, Kulai. Perhaps just too wide to connect onto that, but the idea was there for City.
Yeah, Kulai just a little too late on the flick. It was a great idea from Gomez just to flick on and run. Just had nobody available.
Here's Gomez. Now Jeremy Sigby will push forward. Gomez out wide. Here's Keegan Walker. Walker slots it behind for Coughlin. It was never really there.
We've seen a lot of situations like that for City. Just a great move, great touch, but in the end, give it up.
Handball from the Menace.
Back to that point, they've given up the ball in a lot of silly situations on just a missed pass right to the Menace. If they want to break through this talented defense, they're really going to have to play a lot cleaner.
Sigby trying to hunt out Charlie Dickerson. And this will be a Peoria City throw-in, so cue up another Josh Reddy long throw.
Yeah, Coach Latshaw not too happy giving up a throw-in.
36th minute here in the first half. Still 0-0 between these two powers of the Central Conference. In our talking with Coach Latshaw before the game, he was pretty adamant in saying that these were at top two, if not the two of the top three teams in the Central Conference. Just unfortunate one of them is going to be a division winner and one won't. Sigby! You can hear that one kiss off his head and just misstruck it.
Yeah, he's going to kick himself. Didn't direct it where he wanted it to go, and he found himself wide open at the PK spot. That's a critical missed opportunity for City.
Sigby chests it down. Des Moines can run on it. Here's Bachstein. Reddy steps in. Nice tackle from him.
Huge tackle just to delay things and allow the Carp to get back.
And the one hop to Slimmy. And with nobody raking a streaking run downfield, Slimmy will eat it for now, it looks like. Thought for a moment he might throw this one out, but now chooses to play this one up the middle. Ball over the top. And Slimmy calls off everybody.
Yeah, Miyakawa saying, hey, I've checked in every single ball. You keep throwing it long.
Ball lofted in behind. Jose Gomez with a really good run out of the midfield. Laying it off to Keegan Walker. Now Kulai. Kulai loads back. Coughlin puts on a strike. Might have taken a touch. Walker back inside. It's headed away. Dickerson trying to run onto it, and this will belong to the Menace.
Yeah, again, it's just that final opportunity, that final pass, that final decision, just not there so far for the Carp.
Throw in from the Menace, deep in their own defensive half. Ball still to Kulai, and that one all the way back the other way towards Sammy Slimmy. Wes looking for options, going over the top. And Carvalho saw it all the way.
Yeah, Coach Mike Page is asking Wes Gibson and Slimmy to find better channels, find better options instead of forcing it down the middle of the through ball. We've seen a lot of giveaways from the Carp.
Oh, Jose Gomez picks his pocket. Solid tackle, though, getting it right back for Des Moines. Kulai couldn't quite get there.
Great tackle there without fouling in your own box.
Here's the one-on-one chances the Menace like to thrive on. Yusakowski with Coughlin coming in hot. Trying to play it back through. Alejandro Valverde gets a toe on it. And Persenica will escort it out of play for Peoria City. It can happen that quick. It looks like Gomez might have a chance to put something in front of goal. Instead, a really well-in tackle from the Menace prevents any opportunity, and they nearly generate one on the other end.
Yeah, it's a transition game, especially with how well both teams are moving without the ball. A lot of 1-2s, give and go, and you're in.
This one slammed out of play and off of the Des Moines charter bus. Takes actually 3 bounces before finally going off it. Coughlin. He's man-marked. Inside to Kulai. And a foul on DJ Kulai, and you could see that one coming.
Yeah, and Kulai obviously not happy with it. Good call from the ref. Similar to Persenica a little earlier on in the game, just a frustration foul after you lost it in a critical position.
Well, we knew this one would be tight. Still 0-0 between the two. Here's Kulai. Menace, good 1-2 passing. That one tried to get in front of Bachstein. Yusakowski just hit it too hard.
Yeah, and that resulted from Miyakawa finally getting the ball as he checked in. He was able to make good things happen. Gomez continues to be everywhere on the field, both offensively and defensively. Has kind of taken over that Tommy Coughlin role we saw our last game on Saturday.
Slimmy walks it upfield and finally sends one that way. Alejandro Valverde. Trying to step in front of it, troubling airspace. This will go to Peoria City.
And this is another set piece for City with Josh with the long throw.
Didn't get all of it his first time along that far side.
Yeah, it's hard to gain momentum when you're back against the wall. Not a lot of space to operate with.
Ready, just above the 6. Again, Slimmy trying to hunt something out over the top. Two members of Peoria City there, and the smart decision just to send it out. And it'll be another long throw from Josh Reddy.
Yeah, and City continues to work for that second or third ball, not really going for the first ball. Kind of want the deflection on all of their long balls from Slimmy.
Well, with a little more space to run up here, we'll see how Josh Reddy's able to get this one into the penalty area. Reddy gets all of it. And Carvalho was there. Dickerson went down in the box. He was clamoring for a foul. Won't get one.
You can tell the huge difference with space for Josh. Usually backed against the wall on the right side. Now finally had the space. Really got all of that one.
Right back to Carvalho. Here's Jeremy Segby. And as it stands, Des Moines with a win or a draw has more often than not locked up the division. With a win tonight, Peoria City ties the Menace, each with 2 games to play. Both will be at their home stadiums. Coughlin cooks one up outside. Alejandro Valverde back to Persenico. Persenico puts one on. It's off the woodwork. That close for Persenico. They gave him space and he nearly sniped it.
Just so unlucky for Persenico, who's been itching for a goal recently.
Laid in behind to Valverde. Back in front. Still there and sent away for the Menace.
But that started with Persenico. The great opportunity is because he touched, turned, and shot. Didn't really waste a lot of time on the ball.
And this may be a foul that the home crowd won't like. Reddy eats a yellow. So the second booking of the night.
Yeah, nobody happy on the City side, including Coach Pay and the crowd.
Kuski and everybody exchanging words. Well, we said these two teams don't like each other, but
it's hard to like a team you've seen so often. Eventually, there's going to be some bad blood.
So now each team with a yellow. So as they sort out.
Yeah, the refs also just taking their own time to calm things down.
We have entered stoppage time here in the first half. So the trouble is here, who's going to match up with Bachstein? A lot of height. Played ahead, Bachstein. Gibson matches his jump. Gomez flicks it ahead. Here's Persenico. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Leaking out Gomez. A whole convoy of carp with him. Gomez ahead for Walker, and it's loose. And there will be a foul.
But again, the dangerous opportunity started with Persenico taking the quick turn and touch to play that ball through.
Wow. What a chance right at the end of the half. City nearly snipes one out. Instead, we will head to the locker rooms even at 0. I'm going to take this time to thank some of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. First for the House. Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Somers Street in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training and more at the House. Thank you to Volkswagen of Peoria for once again sponsoring Peoria City's Fieldside Club. Interested in looking in premium seating options at Peoria City home matches? Head to PeoriaCitySoccer.com and click on the Tickets tab. Volkswagen of Peoria is located at the Auto House of Peoria on 2322 West Van Winkle Way. We'd like to thank and recognize Peoria City's Central Illinois Soccer Academy, the future of soccer here in Peoria and beyond. Peoria City Soccer offers these summer camps to boys and girls of all ages. Contact us through our website and social media with how you can get involved. We'll step aside for a short break. It's 0-0 between these two Central Conference powers.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage.
They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium. On the field at halftime, the Peoria Notre Dame 2025 girls soccer team getting honored here at halftime after a historic run to the 2A state title. As we get set for the second half of this match, Thomas, and all in all, a pretty vanilla first half. Each team with a couple of hairline chances. Peoria City with their probably second best opportunity of the first half coming in the final few seconds. What do you kind of make of that first half?
Yeah, I mean, great half from both teams. You saw early on both teams feeling each other out, playing it tight, possession battle. And if you're City, you really have to be happy with the chances you've had in and around the box. You just got to be a little cleaner on your final third attack with the final pass and final delivery. And if you're the Menace, you can kind of start pushing it forward just a little bit more, maybe start forcing it a little down the line. They really like that right line with Miyakawa on Dickerson. So both teams, again, just playing it tight as expected.
I want to take a second to highlight one of our player spotlights in this match. It's Peoria City's DJ Kulai, one of the premier goal scorers here in the USL 2 this season. Plays his ball collegiately here at Bradley, but has made marks as the most improved player on Peoria City's roster here in 2025.
Yeah, and has really relieved a lot of pressure off Persenico, getting a lot of the targets. He's been a dangerous man on the wing, especially pairing him with Dickerson, the two teammates from Bradley. Need him to get going in the second half with the ball at his feet.
Opposite, our player highlight tonight won't be in attendance for the Menace, but Leroy Nzuguzi has been a staple of the Menace and the Des Moines area. Played at Drake. He has a handful of very prestigious titles to his name as well, and he's no slouch should he have been here tonight.
Yeah, it brings us just a lot of experience. Obviously not here tonight, missing a goal scorer for the Menace, but a real big experienced leader and a vocal leader for the Menace.
I want to take this chance to read off some more of our sponsors that make this broadcast and others like it in the future possible. We'd like to thank Central States Marketing for their support of Peoria City. We appreciate your dedication to our club and to the betterment of soccer right here in Central Illinois. We'd also like to remind fans that at the conclusion of tonight's game, we will have post-game fireworks as we get close to the 4th of July, wishing you all a happy and safe upcoming 4th of July. Also tonight was another youth soccer night. Those kids wearing their club, school, or travel team uniforms receive free admission to tonight's match. Keep in mind, Peoria City has 2 more home games to come. I want to step aside for another short break as we get set for the second half of Peoria City and Des Moines.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for 2 reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on CustomBathroomSolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage.
They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium here in Peoria, where it's 0-0 between 12th-ranked Peoria City and 2nd-ranked Des Moines Menace. I'm Cody Roskins. Alongside me, Thomas Minke, as we get set for the second half action. I want to take another minute to shout out Fox Sports Radio for providing live on-site coverage here at Shea Stadium. Listen on 101.1 for all your Peoria sports coverage. Thomas, after what was considerably a physical first half, and both coaches mentioned that to us before we got started today, how do you kind of come out and tackle this second half after, one, the tone of physicality was set, and two, you're still hunting a goal?
Yeah, and we all knew that coming out of the gate with two teams so familiar with each other, that was going to be intense and aggressive. My biggest question is who's going to come out the most assertive and dominant on the offensive end. We've seen a lot of playing around the back from both teams. I would like to see which team's going to come out the more aggressor on the offensive side.
The two teams will flip sides here for the second half. Peoria City will work from left to right across your screen. Des Moines will work from right to left. Again, the uniform matchup, Peoria City in the all blacks with gold trim, and the Menace with the red shorts and red and white patterned tops. Enzo Carvalho warming up at midfield here was on his game in that first half. Had a couple of key saves, 3 of them to be exact in that first half. Sammy Slimmy for Peoria City, the opposite of him, had 2 saves there in the first 45. Don't have any subs to read off yet from Peoria City. And it looks like for the most part, the Menace will be rocking with the same 11 as well. As we head under 30 seconds left here before the halftime horn sounds. Both these teams got out here a little early, so you might say they're ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, not much talking to do anymore. You've seen the game plan. You came prepared. Obviously, again, like we mentioned, both teams have seen each other a lot. Not much to talk about, just time to play.
Here's everybody's just about ready to go. Peoria City has broken their halftime huddle, just awaiting the Menace. Persenico now towards us here along the near side. That man has done a lot for this Peoria City club in his last, call it, season and a half, really. Nearly broke a streak of 3 matches without a goal in the run of play. Has only 1 goal here in his last 3 matches, one coming on a penalty against this Menace side 2 weeks ago. Was really pacing to be one of the premier goal scorers in the league this year, and the team started marking him a little closer, and that opened things up for DJ Kulai, who has now found himself tied for 3rd in the USL 2 in goals.
And if for Coach Mike Pay, you have to be happy with DJ's response to Persenico and how he's being guarded, because your worst nightmare as a coach is your top target gets shut down and then nobody relieves the pressure.
Keegan Walker will have the first touch here in the second half as we are almost underway, and now we are. Bachstein gets in front of it. Bachstein loading up, has to get there. Running out of real estate. Back in front of goal, and it's over the top. The Menace squander it. What a chance for Des Moines out of the gates.
Wow, and I asked the question, who's going to come out the more dominant and aggressive, and Bachstein answered that question early.
Wow. It's not often you see Slimmy caught up in between, whether he should distribute or just get rid of it, and that's now twice tonight he's had one deflected away.
Yeah, just a step slow. Not really, probably didn't expect Bachstein to come sprinting at him this early. Got caught off guard.
You and I have both been very impressed with Bachstein here in this one. Persenico has it for Peoria City along this near side. Working against Jones. Gets it to Walker. Back to Persenico with the carryover. Persenico lines it back inside. This will be a City throw-in. And it appears Josh Reddy's getting the signal to throw this one.
So both teams now have had opportunities where they're going to be really kicking themselves watching the film back, no matter the result.
Peoria City's 3-on keeper that didn't go in at the end of the first half, and now the Menace here inside the first minute of the second half. Had a really good chance thanks to the energy of Bachstein. Reddy gets all of that one towards Carvalho, and he comes over the top of Persenico to snag that one.
Yeah, and different from most teams we've seen, they've pulled their goalie Carvalho out heavy on that long throw to kind of eliminate any deflections.
Jeremy Segby couldn't control the header. It'll belong to the Menace. Goes short quickly. Dickerson steps in. Here's DJ Kulai. Perhaps our lead official tonight getting a touch in the way, but now Alejandro Valverde. 4-on-7. Laid off to Persenico. Backside. Swatted away by Enzo.
Another huge save for Carvalho. The off-arm, one-handed. Looks like somebody's getting a card.
And it appears Bachstein might be getting the yellow here. And it is. It's going to be the second yellow of the night against the Menace. In a match that saw quite a bit of bookings back in Des Moines, this one hasn't strayed too far off the trail. But that was the last good chance Peoria City had had. A nice service in from Persenico. Kulai was there, but Enzo Carvalho, give him credit, he was on his mark. Another long throw from Reddy. Takes a touch off a Menace. And Carvalho will jump on it.
Yeah, Coach Mike Pay screaming at his guys, you got to want it, and that's what we saw on that last throw-in. There's not a lot of guys really itching for the ball.
An unexpected gem on the Illinois River, thriving with craft distillers, museums, and outdoor recreation, and home to premier sporting events and festivals. Discover what you weren't expecting at visitdiscoverpeoria.com. Menace in a touch of a retreat here. Now they get it out in space. Bachstein whips it out wide, and that one was off the mark. That one intended for Jones. City out quick. That one undercooked for Gomez. Persenico wanted the play switched. Husakiewski. Now out wide. Driving low, line back inside. Gibson's there and stabs it forward. Still falling to the Menace. Gomez steps in front. Now Dickerson forces the play back. Ball again swung outside. Miyakawa. And that one will belong to Peoria City.
Yeah, great defense from Segby, using the line as another defender to throw off Miyakawa, who's really shifty on the right wing.
Kulai steps in front, lays it short for Coughlin. And here's Gomez, can lay it out for Persenico. He'll drive forward, laid in behind. Persenico driving, trying to get back to that left foot. Coughlin inside the penalty area. Walker! Excuse me, that was Coughlin who chipped it ahead. It was nice 1-2 passing, though, from City.
Yeah, went with the inside foot instead of his laces, leaned back a little bit, sent that one high.
Walker and Coughlin have been in tandem quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, and two guys that can just play off each other, not really set into one position. Allows the offense to free flow.
Carvalho will push everybody upfield. Coughlin nearly wins the header for City. Bachstein, however, gets the best touch. This one lined up the near side. Coughlin was sent into the Menace bench. Josh Reddy stabs it out. It'll belong to Des Moines.
We haven't said Reddy's name a whole lot, but he has been vital to this defensive Carps press. Has really made a lot of great tackles in the midfield.
Falling to space for Bachstein. Coughlin tries to get on, and Gomez jars it free. Out to Persenico. Coughlin switching it out wide to Dickerson with a lot of green grass. Dickerson puts it that way towards Persenico, and he just misstruck it.
Yeah, I like the idea, though. Put it back across the box. Didn't have an angle at goal. Tried to find Kulai on the back post instead.
Persenico starting to warm up a little bit. You can see him now trying to tell his anchor mates to shift over. Back heel to Husakiewski. Coughlin, and that'll be a foul against Husakiewski. So it'll be a free kick for Peoria City. Alejandro Valverde. We'll just have Jeremy Segby set things up. We'd like to thank Pip Marketing Signs and Prints for being the official designer and manufacturer of the banners you see here at Shea Stadium. Head to pip.com for all your custom prints, signs, banners, and marketing needs. Alejandro Valverde gets it to DJ Kulai, who couldn't control it, and this will belong to Carvalho on the goal kick.
The difference, though, in that goal kick from Slimmy is there was a lot more movement. Instead of just driving it down the middle of the field with guys going straight on, they had a lot more diagonal, creative runs for Slimmy to work with.
54th minute, Dickerson nearly wins it back for City. Ball swept out. Reddy laying it off for Slimmy. Here's Tommy Coughlin. He has been the Energizer Bunny along with Walker tonight. Persenico switching sides of the field. Looking to cut in, lays it off. Here's Gomez. You can feel the energy starting to build here. Out wide to Valverde. Swung back post. There was nobody home. And this will stick with Peoria City, so Josh Reddy will have the long throw.
It's a great run, though, from Valverde all the way from his back line.
So we'll see how Peoria City dials this one up. They've had a few just get misstruck on the long throws. Segby had a unmarked chance at about the penalty spot that couldn't convert. It's tough to beat Carvalho when he's at his near post, so maybe Peoria City will try a little longer. Menace laying it back. This one lined up that that far side and will belong to City. Just getting the correct throw-in spot for Peoria City. Persenico. Inside to Gomez. Gomez lays one through to Valverde. Line back towards the 6. Jones does well to dribble out of danger.
It was a great ball, though, from Valverde. Played it on the ground this time instead of in the air. It's hard to defend as a center back when the ball's on the ground with speed coming right at you, trying to defend your own box.
Gibson controls it to Charlie Dickerson. Alejandro Valverde went down in a heap after that last pass from him, and Bachstein nearly got another one from Slimmy. This one floats to Keegan Walker. Walker driving on, and Walker had his pocket picked. Josh Reddy able to regain possession for Peoria City. Neither side made a substitution yet. Maybe coming in the later moments of this one.
Yeah, in a big game like this, you kind of just want your top 11 to go out there in battle.
Persenico essentially double teamed on that far side. There's Coughlin. Coughlin trying to lay it through, and perhaps trying to force feed Persenico there.
Yeah, I saw him kind of hint at him as he's going to make the diagonal run, played it through, just Persenico stopped short.
'57th minute here in the second half. Gibson doesn't control the header all too well. It'll belong to the Menace. Again, the Menace had a really good chance in the opening minute here in the second half where they couldn't convert from Bachstein. Keegan Walker. Bit of an unorthodox long throw from Josh Reddy, this time just to advance the throw-in position.
Yeah, and it's a great idea from Coach Pay. It's hard to get out of there when you're locked in on the throw-in on your own end, in your own corner, essentially.
Reddy will have all the room he needs to run up and throw this one. So this one has the outside chance to get towards the 6. Reddy. Long throw. Carvalho snaps it out of the air.
Yeah, Coach Latshaw, you can tell he has scouted that long throw, bringing Carvalho up really high to essentially just go and grab it.
Trying to search out from behind. Jeremy Segby was there. Somebody now pushing it back upfield. And a foul on Jose Gomez. Appears everybody's all right.
Yeah, it's a little slow to get up.
Peoria City is powered by the House Barbell Club, the official presenting sponsor of the club, located at 7920 North Somers Street here in Peoria. Get 24/7 access, group and personal training, and more at the house. Alejandro Valverde heads it to Kulai. He's got 2 on him, able to dribble out of trouble. Now here's Coughlin. They've got some forward momentum and a lot of space. Lays it in behind to Jose Gomez. And that one, for the first time they've had miscommunication from Des Moines. This will be another Josh Reddy long throw.
But it comes with the ball movement. Instead of just going one-on-one isolation, they move the ball really well with speed. playing it out to their wingers.
60th minute.
City has started to limit their amount of touches on the ball throughout the midfield.
Two members of the Menace getting warm near the substitution spot. Ready, low liner. Ready comes back into the play and intercepts it. Back to Alejandro Valverde. Chipped ahead to Walker and he lost his footing.
Yeah, not sure he would have had a great play on that one.
Two subs coming in. It'll be Andrew Schaefer
Escobar
and Mere Escobar.
5, Andrew Schaefer.
So Escobar and Schaefer will be the first bench moves of the night from Charlie Latshaw. And it appears there'll be two members perhaps of the defense rotating out here for the midfield as they will sub off from behind Carvalho's goal. So a midfielder and a winger making their way on.
And both players on the right side, a little right side switch. We saw Coach Mike Pay really like that advantage Dickerson had in the first half. Haven't really tested that right side so far in the second.
What does the final 30 minutes have in store? Carvalho sends it away. Ready, wins the header for City. Second ball won by the Menace and the third to Peoria City. Alejandro Valverde in trouble. Valverde, he couldn't bring him down, still dancing around. Chance for the Menace, laying it off towards the 18 and Kulai steps in the way. Kulai on his horse. DJ Kulai has it pushed away, but it'll be a City corner.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Kulai just take him down the wing and beat him with the speed he has and has shown he has. Instead, tried to cut it up the middle. It brought a lot of extra defenders.
Jose Gomez will take the near side corner. Everybody minus DJ Kulai starting at about the top of the penalty area. Going back post, that one's over everybody. Goes to Persenico. Here's Keegan Walker. Dickerson whips it back inside, headers down. It took a really good ricochet from Jeremy Segby.
Great chance from Segby. Coach Mike Pay has been screaming at him to go up and get it, and that's what he did there with the header.
Peoria City putting on the press. Trying to go by Persenico, and that one will go out to Peoria City. So this one a stark contrast to what we saw in Des Moines a couple weeks ago. The Des Moines Menace came out and really jumped on the game in the latter stages of the first half after Peoria City squandered a really good goal opportunity after having two on keeper with Carvalho. And then right at the end of the half, the Menace strike one across, come across with a couple other quick ones, and all Peoria City could do was have a PK go their way. Yusikowski. Putting it back inside. Carvalho jumps on it just to be sure, but that one took a kiss. Looks like Ravelli.
Yeah, not a bad chance either from Coughlin. You kind of need some chances at this point to get things going, to get the momentum swinging. Why not let it rip?
So pushing everybody upfield. Better controlled by the Menace. And another foul on Jose Gomez.
Yeah, and Gomez not happy with that one, not happy with the call.
This will be another yellow against Peoria City, and Gomez claims his first yellow. So to this point, each team with 2 yellows. That is all we have in the key plays department tonight.
This is a dangerous foul given up from Gomez, just not smart. Right in your own half.
Free kick for the Menace. statistically speaking, Peoria City's offense has owned the best of this game, but Des Moines has still bowed their necks when they've needed to.
Your man, Jeremy, who you got? Jeremy, let's go.
All headed away by Gomez.
Let it go, let it go.
Back inside, Dickerson steps in, and now he's Keegan Walker. Walker hesitates, lets 2 minutes go by him. Here's Persenico, he's onside. Nobody really with him. A foul against Persenico.
Yeah, Coach Page is screaming for service, an early service in that. Especially at Persenico, as you can see, 2 guys went straight to him when he had the ball in the wing in isolation.
Here comes one of the hometown kids for Peoria City, Fritz Volmar. Plays at Northwestern up in Evanston, but played and lived here in Peoria for his high school days. Spent some time with the U20 youth national team for the United States. So he will get subbed on here in the 66th minute. Now he's a guy that has stepped in some big spots before, can play the wing back, is known for his defense, but perhaps with Peoria City's best known moment is scoring a critical goal against this Menace team back in the playoffs.
Yeah, and this is going to allow them to shift DJ up front as the 9, try to get him into space freely.
Literally claiming up. Take this throw in from Dickerson. Let it bounce to Fritz Volmar. Getting in on the action early. Dickerson swinging it near side to Persenico. Persenico might load up here. Laying it off outside Alejandro Valverde. He drew 3 with him, and Valverde's cross is blocked away.
He continues to dominate that overlap on the right side. Valverde just continues to create open looks for himself.
Fritz Volmar, an aerial threat. We'll see if they use him to shield the keeper here, or if they'll play at another avenue.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they try to go a little bit more higher up.
On that back post, Gomez couldn't get a touch on it. Now the Menace out in the break. Again, laid out wide. Here's a really good chance for Des Moines, and the offside flag comes up.
High IQ play from Wes Gibson. Forced the offside trap, kind of just stopped as he saw the ball being played to put the Menace offside.
What you get out of your 5th-year guy from SIUE? '68th minute. Again, Peoria City has never defeated Des Moines in regular season play. The best they've accomplished is a draw. The Menace looking to keep their hold on the Great Plains Division. They currently have a 3-point lead over Peoria City. A loss for them tonight, they'd be knotted up, but it would still be largely in control of the Menace to try and claim the division. Alejandro Valverde comes in with the clean tackle. It'll belong to Des Moines. Unofficial stats so far: 9 shots, 2 saves, 5 corners for Peoria City. For the Menace, 4 shots, 4 saves, 1 corner. Ball laid off. DJ Kulai making life difficult. Kulai picks his pocket, whipped outside to Persenico to delay the play. Persenico, he might just do it himself. Persenico, and that one over everything.
He really likes that left foot. Again, brought 2 guys on him. Would have liked to see him try to distribute there across the box. But great heads up there, play there from DJ, kind of like Bachstein in the early parts of the second half.
Peoria City would like to thank Prairie Home Alliance for sponsoring the Peoria City Play Packs all season long. Get your play packs on the stadium concourse before matches. Carvalho pushing everybody back upfield. You kind of feel now that each team would really like to see one go in the back of the net, but it's not the end of the world for the Menace if this game ends 0-0.
Yeah, but what I like and I respect about Coach Latshaw, he understands that a draw is perfect for him, but they're not really playing to tie. They're playing to win and trying to get a result.
You kind of see this half-shell press for Peoria City when they're in their own end. Now Fritz Volmar. Kusikiewski. Bachstein, unmarked. Bachstein dribbling back. Playing it ahead, central run in front. Bachstein's there. Trying to lay it off. Alejandro Valverde will just smash his foot into it. It's still free, and it'll be a Menace corner, just the second of the night.
That was a dangerous clearance from Valverde. Completely turned across his box and trying to make a play. Obviously, you can't blame him just trying to clear the ball.
Now this is where things get hairy for Peoria City. Late in this match, some tired legs. You don't have the height advantage. Be an out-swinging corner. High arcer towards the back post. Persenico's first to it. Shot on the way, lofted, and that one was over the right-hand corner.
That was a dangerous opportunity, kind of something you're not expecting.
DJ Kulai flicks the header forward to Luke Persenico. He's on his horse. Persenico going back inside, going to Kulai, and it's poked away.
That was a big difference in possessions for Persenico. Opted to cross it with his right instead of forcing his way through two defenders.
Persenico getting his touches here in the second half after not having a ton in the first. The Menace will have a throw-in off the header from Gomez to keep it in, was unsuccessful. You can kind of see the plan now for Peoria City. They want to go as quick as they can. They liked that matchup with DJ Kulai at the top. Here's Bachstein. Bachstein playing through contact. Bachstein switching the play, and a little too strong on it, but the right idea.
Yeah, tough play there, trying to find his winger, but he's done a great job as being the checkup, holding the ball 9 instead of more of a through ball. He's done a good job of keeping possession.
A throw in for Charlie Dickerson. Dickerson smashes his foot into it. Kulai laying it off for Fritz Volmar. Getting it out to Gomez. Out to Persenico. Trying to get back to the left, shot on and blocked. There'll be a Josh Reddy long throw along the near side.
Yeah, you can see Persenico really wants it on his left foot to find an opportunity back post.
He has, what at times, seems like the most curl on that left foot. So whether it's a shot or a cross, his left foot probably gives Peoria City the best chance to get something on. So it'll be another Josh Reddy long throw. Carvalho hasn't had much difficulty with these tonight. Going backside, and Carvalho claims this one as well.
Yeah, no worries for the Menace with Carvalho back there.
Unmarked in the midfield. The Menace have a lot of space. Whipping it outside. Here's Hagen. Laying it off in front of goal, and it's over the door. Right on the doorstep and over the door frame, as that one could have opened the scoring.
Yeah, Husakusi finally got his opportunity around the box, has been so vital in the midfield. Another opportunity where both teams are really kicking themselves.
This game increasingly opening up into the transition game. This is something that Coach Latshaw said in the pregame meeting we had with him he wanted to try to avoid, but obviously this late stage in the game, they've honestly looked the better of it at times.
Yeah, and they're moving the ball really well with pace, not really overthinking or second-guessing the passes.
Endo. Laid off, Bachstein. Coughlin from behind gets it back to Hagen. Ball again outside, put back across the frame, Slimmy's there, and Hagen couldn't square it up.
What a save from Sammy Slimmy. The goalies are really coming out to party tonight for both teams.
These may be the two best goaltenders in the Central Conference, if not all of the USL too. So far, they have in large part kept this game level. There has just been some really good attacking play in this one that hasn't found the back of the net. And a hard tackle in from Hagen.
Yeah,
this will be a yellow.
He's still kicking himself at missing the wide open touch shot.
So the 5th yellow of the night, 3rd to the Menace. Alejandro Valverde will have the free kick for Peoria City. What a chance for the Menace they just had. I'm sure Hagen will want that one back on the bus ride back to Des Moines if this one doesn't go their way.
We've said that a lot about both teams.
Alejandro Valverde. Send it over to Segby. Towards Dickerson. City wins the ball back in transition. 4 on 5, trying to lay it through for Persenico, and that was never really there.
Yeah, just the Carp the whole game, it's kind of just been off target on the final third, just unconnected. If they're going to want to be able to pull this one off, they're going to have to connect and find the simple pass around the box.
Leslie Jones. Valverde steps in front. Jones gets it right back to Husikiewski. Peoria City stretched a little thin here at the back. Laying it short, running out of real estate, back in front of goal. Sammy was beaten. And again, the Menace right on the doorstep of punching one in.
And Hagen had another opportunity to put one away. Great recovery from Valverde. Just to disrupt the routine shot.
It really has seemed like Des Moines been better in the transition game tonight.
Again, like what I mentioned, they just are way less indecisive than the Carp. They're moving the ball well. They're finding the open men. And the biggest thing for me is they're moving off the ball in the midfield, creating open spaces for Bockstein to move.
Slimmy ends up sending it to Leslie Jones. And this will be Peoria City's throw-in. No subs warming up for either side here in the final 13 minutes. Jose Gomez laying it off. Lofting it forward to DJ Kulai, trying to get onto it. DJ Kulai does! Kulai in front of goal, couldn't square it up either. Peoria City Soccer is excited to bring back the River City Brews Initiative, a network of local bars and restaurants who support our club. Enjoy great perks all season long with those choice institutions. And Segby fouled hard from behind.
Segby's one-on-one defending all game has been super impressive and has really given a lift to the Carp defense.
Want to shout out two more teams that have punched their tickets to the playoffs. The Western Mass Pioneers have claimed their playoff spot tonight. As well as here in the second half of this one, the Long Island Rough Riders. So Ocean City Nor'easters, FC Motown, Vermont Green, Western Mass, and Long Island all tonight have punched their tickets. Slimmy trying to hunt one out to DJ Kulai. Kulai does connect. Kulai thinks he was fouled, might have had a case. Persenico! And that one curled right into Enzo Carvalho.
Yeah, DJ arguing and has a pretty good argument for the foul. Wonder if the ref gave advantage there to Persenico.
And it'll be another ready long throw perhaps, maybe a little too far out of the way. Doesn't appear to be the case. They're going to give Ready the nod. Yeah, and DJ Kulai is making some really good runs at the top of the formation. Central striker's his preferred spot. Alejandro Valverde playing it in towards the back post, and Carvalho's there.
Yeah, just not a lot of options, not a guys flying up and above.
Des Moines really making money along this right side. 80th minute. Ball laid off. Coughlin, tackle in, will stick with Des Moines. Looks like Leslie Jones will have this throw. Bachstein has it taken away. For Seneco, trying to get it back to the middle for Gomez.
Yeah, dangerous ball, playing it back into the middle of the field on your own half.
Menace whipping it out wide. Here's Schaefer. Taking away Josh Reddy. Trying to play it up. DJ Kulai got a quick burst down the side. Kulai. And out of play. There's two options there.
Yeah, and that's what City wants. Just get Kulai in open space one-on-one because he's quick with the athleticism. And that's one of the perks why you put him up front at the 9.
Trying to pick out a spot. Kusikiewski. This will stick with Des Moines. Bachstein almost kind of laying back a touch compared to where he was in the first half. And that'll be Peoria City ball. Shea Stadium trying to get behind Peoria City here for this final 10-minute push. Pressure out the back. A lot of forward momentum here for the Menace. Going low. Goal kick for Sammy Slimmy.
Again, Sagby continuing to defend without fouling on one-on-one situations has been the life of this defense.
I'm with you. He has put in a very solid shift here tonight. Again, he's looked to be one of the more physical players on the field for Peoria City, along with him and Wes Gibson. Tonight they have answered the call against a very big and strong front line for the Menace. Alejandro Valverde. Here's Fritz Volmar. Trying to get it to Kulai, and that one was too close to Carvalho.
Yeah, just a little too much on the end of it.
Gibson wins the header for City. Endo. The really good ball outside. Chance here for the Menace, trying to curl it back. Shot coming in, blocked away.
Great deflection from Wes Gibson as Coughlin got caught out of place.
Chance for City to get moving. Off the head of Leslie Jones. And that will belong to Peoria City. And we continue to creep deeper into this one. Ball falls to Fritz Volmar. Fritz Volmar loads up, puts one on, and it's stopped off the line. Just inside the extended reach of Carvalho.
And you're going to have to continue to take your opportunities when they arise. Great play there from Volmar, not wasting one.
85th minute. Increasingly looking like there won't be much between these two teams today. Perhaps there's a spark of magic left in this match. Slimmy has it, immediately punts it forward. City putting on the press. They come away with it, and it's just that last second touch from Ravelli.
Ravelli probably just saved the game there for the Menace. That was a clean tackle on the ball.
Menace trying to find a winner of their own. Schaefer puts it outside. Driving forward, stepping in was Segby. Fritz Volmar now. Fritz Volmar didn't quite lay the correct pass. Saavedra and company will play it off. Kulai expending a lot of energy here at the top, trying to force a pass. And this will belong to the Menace. And we have a downed member of the Menace. Appears just stretching out that right calf, so maybe a bit of cramping going on.
Yeah, I got to take a time for both teams to get some water for these last 4 minutes.
I want to remind fans that regardless of the outcome tonight, we will have post-game fireworks that will be broadcast live with our overhead drone tonight for your viewing pleasure as we approach the 4th of July. We wish everybody a happy and safe 4th of July this weekend. Here's the training staff for the Menace will come out. Both teams taking a much-needed break for some hydration.
Just a reminder, fans, stick around after the match. We'll have the fireworks following the match. We do ask that for the fireworks show,
both teams don't appear to want to spend too much time on the near side here, Thomas. They want to get this thing going.
Yeah, again, the one nice thing about a water break is you get some water, you take some break, but it throws you out of your rhythm. And especially for a team like City who needs a goal and needs a victory, they got to be able to turn on the switch fast.
A loss tonight would really hurt Peoria City's chances. A tie does them some good, but a win would do them essentially into the playoffs. Again, currently hunting out one of the 3 wild card spots as they are not a division winner. The Menace have clinched a spot, but not quite clinched the division. So a tie tonight gets them very close to clinching the division.
And Ravelli will take a seat.
In your mindset, Thomas, with a fresh defender in the game, is that maybe where you try to go to if you're Peoria City and see just how into the match he is off the bat?
100%, especially when you only have 3 minutes. It's hard to just adjust to yourself from sitting on the bench the whole game to immediately being thrown into the action. Test them, see if you have an advantage there quickly.
All this time will be put back on to the end of the contest in stoppage time. Over the head of Volmar. Alejandro Valverde playing it towards DJ Kulai. Kulai turns, trying to find an avenue. DJ Kulai lays it forward for Jose Gomez, who was offsides.
Yeah, just caught himself a little in front of the last defender. Had the right idea.
Well, there doesn't appear to be much between the 12th and 2nd ranked teams in the country. Carvalho to send this one away as we are in now the 90th minute. Persenico gets a touch on it. Valverde punts it forward. And this will be Peoria City for the throw-in. Substitution coming in for Peoria City. Number 9, Hector Medrano will make his way into the contest.
Medrano, another offensive-minded player for the Carp.
And it looks like this will push Fritz Volmar back to that left back position. A lot of speed, a lot of physicality you get from Medrano here in the final minute. Jeremy Segby. Ball laid through for Persenico. Still with it. Ball chipped back post towards DJ. Still alive. Valverde lines it back in. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Kusikiewski. Volmar couldn't turn it around. He's getting a bit sporadic.
Great recovery from Valverde. Valverde found himself caught up front. Made his way to transition to cut off the counter.
Iridakunda laid that one off. Headed away. This will belong to the Menace on a throw-in. Again, we are in 4 minutes worth of stoppage time. These two teams played about as even of a contest as you could ask for. Ball whipped in. And Segby puts it away. Each team will have a lot of thinking tonight of how they could have put 1 or 2 of these really good chances in if this game ends 0-0, but at the end of the day, a point is a point for each side. Corner kick incoming, headed towards Slimmy, and he chested it home. Slimmy sends it away, and that will be a booking.
Yeah, and honestly, you can't be too mad at the booking, though. You slowed everything down if you're the Menace. Obviously a yellow card, but.
So Slimmy will put about as big a swing of his foot into this one as he can. This is going to probably have to get close to one of these forward members for them to have a real chance at it. Anything less will be undercut by the Menace.
Yeah, I would target Medrano with DJ running off of it.
Slimmy. Ball bouncing around. Wes Gibson stabs it forward to Reddy. Here's Coughlin. He lays it forward to Volmar. Fritz Volmar back out to Coughlin. Coughlin whips one in. Header ball! It's there and off the line! Carvalho didn't get it cleanly, but he got just enough of it.
That pretty much sums up the game for both teams. What a save from Carvalho.
Be curious to see how close that one is to rolling, as Hector Medrano came very close to putting that one to bed, but Carvalho with just enough of a touch on it. These two goaltenders have done just a phenomenal job tonight. Slimmy calls for it quickly. Sends one towards Medrano. Falls through. There's Josh Reddy. Again, we're under 2 minutes left here in stoppage time. Gibson lined ahead towards Persenico. Free ball for Peoria City. Chipped out wide. Here's Jose Gomez. Gomez cuts in on it. Perhaps takes a bit of a dive. Persenico will escort it out of play, and this might be the last attack either side has. Here's Des Moines, all too content to perhaps let the final seconds here run out.
Yeah, no reason to force anything if you're Menace.
There sounds the full-time whistle. Nothing between both Des Moines and Peoria City. as these two teams battle to a scoreless draw.
Yeah, led by Enzo Carvalho and Sammy Slimmy, coming up huge behind the net with a lot of chances, dangerous chances for both teams.
I want to remind fans to stick around. We have post-game fireworks coming your way. We're going to step aside as we prepare for that. Stay tuned again for some post-game fireworks.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, click on custombathroomsolutions.com, or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
Peoria, Illinois, where an afternoon together opens up a world of adventure, and every splash becomes a shared adventure, where imagination runs as big as the machines themselves, proving that wonder comes in all sizes.
Whoa!
In Peoria, every adventure begins with just one step, and every doorway leads to discovery.
If you want to improve your game, contact the Yard to book a batting cage or field today.
Is your business surrounded by success?
Ours is.
Absolutely. 100% yes.
Knowing your company is surrounded by the best in the business is a great feeling. And that's the feeling you'll have working with PIP.
They manage our direct mail campaigns.
They produce all of our signage.
They print our marketing materials.
For marketing, signs, and print, surround your business with more than 50 years of success. PIP.
Here's another home improvement insight from Custom Bath Solutions. Most bathroom remodels happen for two reasons: to keep up with style trends or to keep up with your changing family. We can take today's neutral trends and pops of color and pair them with 2-day tub-to-shower conversions, a spa-like oasis, or a no-barrier shower with grab bars as your family needs. Get started today and save 10%. Call 309-699-1100, Click on custombathroomsolutions.com or visit the Prairie Home Alliance showroom in Washington.
At Auto House of Peoria, we pride ourselves in delivering the best ownership experience in Central Illinois. From newly redesigned state-of-the-art facilities to community involvement right here at home, Auto House of Peoria strives to be your premier auto destination. Shop online at autohouseofpeoria.com today.
A quick drive down I-80 through I-74 puts you smack dab in the middle of Peoria, Illinois.